Putri Kusuma Wardani earlier on today in our first match here on Court 1. And this is yeah, a fascinating match on so many different levels. Out comes An Se-young, who said she was 10 out of 10 happy to be here in her first tournament back since Paris, but there's just been so much swirling around her as well with regards to the comments that she's made, the allegations, and even here in Odense, we've just seen, and frankly heard, quite a bit that's been going on as well in the camp. We might even see some of it today with the coaches. Tunjung will shut all that noise out, of course. She's got a job to do here. And it's a tough one. It's a very, very tough one. And we'll show you why in just a short while. Here we go. They've met 8 times in which Tunjung has never beaten An Se-young. They did meet in Paris. An Se-young won that in 3, so at least that was an improved performance from Tunjung. Only the 3rd time in 8 meetings she managed to take a game off An Se-young. So An Se-young now the world number 2, 22 years of age, from the southern part of Korea, in Gwangju. She is, of course, the Olympic champion, as I mentioned, the reigning world champion as well. Came second in 2022. Asian Games champion as well at the moment. Asian champion runner-up this year, came 3rd in 2022, and has been up till now been playing almost like the Thai national championships, beating 3 Thai players along the way. Dropped games against Ratchanok Intanong and Supanida Katong, and I think there's just a bit more to that if you're wondering as to how someone as accomplished as her dropping games. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but Gregoria Mariska Tunjung is older at 25. She's not far away from her best ranking of 7th in the world. That was achieved last year. She too got an Olympic medal. That was bronze, partially by virtue of the fact that Carolyn Marin had to withdraw. Southeast Asian Games, a bronze medal in 2017. A former world junior champion in 2017 as well, and an Asia junior champion, silver medalist in 2016. She's dropped games against Kersfeld and PV Sindhu. That was quite the match, but she stormed back in the 3rd to win handsomely. And in terms of titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour, not too many. Last year's Japan Masters, the most recent. She won the Spain Masters as well in 2023, and she was runner-up at the Swiss Open earlier this year. Matthias Robel of Poland is our umpire, and Cody Leach of the United States is the service judge. Now, you just compare that to An Se-young's record on the World Tour. It's a whopping 22 titles. And that is a record on the World Tour. And she's won 3 this year, primarily because of injury and layoffs. And that's Malaysia, French and Singapore Opens. She was runner-up at the Indonesia Open. And Chris, it's just a fascinating one, this, isn't it? Because we've watched both of these players in the tournament. An Se-young is clearly not 100%, but she's even said it. And there's all sorts of things going on as well. So she's not at her optimum at the moment, optimum.
No,
this is a great moment, isn't it, for Tunjung, perhaps?
It is definitely. I mean, at the Olympics, it was an exciting game, and first game, Tunjung was just incredible when they played each other at the Olympics, and she won that 21-11.
On my right,
Today,
Gregoria Mariska
it's in for a really
Tunjung,
exciting game.
Indonesia. And on my left,
No, she's not started the last two matches well. Young. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes in the opening game. That might be the opportunity for Tunjung to take an all-important lead. Nicely done.
Service over, 1 love.
Yeah, I would say Young's definitely a player that can start that little bit slower at times. Seen that in some of her earlier matches. Pretty good start so far here, though.
2 love. Service over, 1.
First point of the board then for Tunjung. We got the Indonesians back. Reminder again that on that head-to-head, it has been it's hard, isn't it, when you need to overturn 8 straight defeats.
Yeah, tough thing is when you got head-to-head, and obviously you can have a head-to-head that's in the negative, as in, you know, maybe a 3-2 down, but obviously when you've never defeated your opponent, it does linger a bit more than it should in your mind, just because when you've never achieved something, it's obviously a bigger, more extreme thing with the possibility you might. So we had 2 first points by Young, really good first 2 rallies, but then the next 4
straight
haven't quite been the same quality. And I do find it's almost the first game she allows herself that wiggle room to kind of get a customizing, feel good, and almost get going.
All.
Yep, I was only going to finish one way there.
Service over,
Young is
4.
only played here a couple times. Got to a final in 2021. Tunjung has been to a semi-final in 2018. So second semi here in Denmark.
6-4.
Sails well over. This is the what we will call the trickier end, slightly more drift behind Young.
Incredible reactions there from Young.
Service over, 5-7.
Still see a lot of strapping on her knee. incredible. And this ability that Tunjung has. She can almost conjure something out of nothing. You know, she's such a shot maker, as it were.
Yeah.
It's not even that short, really, from An Se-young, and that's just exceptional.
Well, it's a nice contrast in styles, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, you know, An Se-young's very calm, composed, moves the shuttle around, happy to defend, happy to work the rally, whereas Tunjung normally is a lot more aggressive in regards to she's not really a rallier as such. She's more taking the game on. As we saw from that, with the creativity she has from almost every part of the court. It's so hard to kind of predict what she's actually going to do.
Without generalising, it is kind of the Indonesian way, the flamboyancy, isn't it?
Definitely. That, you know, traditionally they've always been a nation that have been more flamboyant, more creative in all different categories. Brilliant. Which is very different from some of the countries in North Asia, such as Japan or Korea.
They like the rallying, don't they?
Yeah, they're more comfortable elongating the rally and working the rally and waiting for their opportunity, a little bit more patient.
Looking for those corners, not helping it.
8, 9.
So one, she has to be careful of going on that cross, just because it's where the drift keeps just a little bit pushing it. The danger corner, as it were.
Service over. 10.
Haven't had
8.
any major rallies yet. We're coming up to the first interval, which I'm sure will interest a lot of people.
11, 8.
It is Tunjung who has that 3-point lead here in this first game, 11-8 against An Se-young.
Dia kalau digantung kan ngontrol, apa-apa lari lewatin dulu kanan lebih nyaman. Kirinya kalau di atas kadang suka motong silang atau motong lurus. Ya nggak apa-apa, ya jauhin geser.
Obviously, they're quite different communication between player and coach from different sides. It's quite apparent. For a lot of people, there's still obviously an ongoing issue in Korea.
Slightly better body language today, though.
Service over. 9, 11.
Her net shot from there, An Se-young, was so good. Hopefully we're going to get to see this on the replay, but she took it so low.
11.
Lovely cross-court. Good net there from Tunjung. Look how tight that is.
Oh.
And she's so low, and if that's not exceptional, Tunjung will be able to capitalise on it. That's a great net shot from Tunjung. Look how low that is, but the control, it almost goes, you know, it's like the net eats the shuttle almost. It goes straight up and straight down. From there, that's exceptional.
Look at that.
Did you see how deep her lunge is as well? So she's got to control her body weight.
Gone long.
11.
This is the thing when you play An Se-young, you often see just a few more unforced errors from her opponent. It's because she's so good at retrieving the shot. We saw the rally before. Tunjung played such a good net shot. An Se-young played a better net shot from a very difficult position.
Oh.
Service over. 12, 11.
do like the energy from the Indonesian coach. He looks so encouraging, and there's always good communication, a good understanding, very calm.
Not able to get that. Yeah.
13.
Same coach, of course, that was with Wardani earlier. Bagus, that's good in Bahasa. It's almost a little no-look backhand there.
14-11.
Does have such good judgment, An Se-young, where she is on the court, and the amount of time she leaves it but gets it wrong is so minimal.
That's out.
13-14.
Right kind of idea.
Lines up. 14 all.
I think it can sometimes go a little bit unnoticed because it looks like at the moment Tunjung's the one making the unforced errors. But if you look there, something that An Se-young does so well is she always makes her opponent move and second guess. And there, you know, Tunjung's trying to move forward, then she has to go back, and she's not really off balance, but she's slightly off balance. But this is what An Se-young does on a consistent basis. She just makes her opponent always have to second guess or check the movement they're doing, or just slightly off balance. And that coupled with obviously such a good basic defense that An Se-young has.
Well, that will go long in these sort of conditions.
Service over. 15-14. Service over. 15 all.
Training points. Se-young just in front. Tunjung had that 14-11 lead a short while ago. That means An Se-young's won 5 of the last 6 points.
Service over. 16 all. Service over.
That's inch towards that 21, An Se-young. Tunjung has that ability, of course, to play shots like that.
17 all.
Sure, in the back of Tunjung's mind, just a little thought will be about if she does lose this first game, the pressure she'll have her in the second.
Yeah, that will be tough.
17.
Wan Se-young back on that far end. Remember, she's lost her last 2 opening games.
Nineteen, 17.
Right in that little corner.
Service over, 18.
She's hit that superbly. Good fight back here from Tunjung.
Yeah, really good attack, really good attack. Just haven't seen Tunjung in the position where you can see here Wan Se-young, she has no choice but to lift that, and it gives then Tunjung this chance where it's a slightly short lift to be able to use that lovely kind of overhead prowess that we know she's got, but it hasn't happened enough. What a pickup. How did Wan Se-young get that back?
Well, Tunjung thought she might have won that.
And I think it was almost a surprise for her opponent. There's no way Wan Se-young, and the quality of the defensive shot that she played, it was almost like, I think Tunjung was so shocked that it was as good as it was.
1 game point here for Wan Se-young. The placement on the penultimate shot there from Tunjung.
20-all.
So a winner needed by 2 clear points now.
Service over, 21-20.
Second match point, second game point, excuse me, for Wan Se-young. She puts it away this time, Wan Se-young. In a slight seesaw battle, but she'll be delighted that she's broken a run of 2 matches in a row where she's conceded the first game, and she's managed to do it at the trickier end as well. Things might be looking up here for Wan Se-young. She wins the first game, 22-20.
Pinggangnya mau kebalik ini kasih gini posisi pinggangnya ya, mainnya jangan deket-deket, dia ngerancangnya dari belakang, dorong buka serang, maka kalau didorong buka itu batasin dulu aja. Ya, posisi Grego kan sekarang ini apa ya.
Yang set sini harusnya kan kalau angin harusnya lebih berani neken.
Iya, ini nggak apa-apa. Ini jangan ditekan, lewatin aja, lewatin. Kesini yang lebih aman ya. Kesini paling banyak lurus. Ya, oh ini kayak punya. Ini kayak punya. Ada. Ini kayak punya. Mau dibuka itu?
Bisa kayak gitu.
Ya, oke.
Iya kayak.
Nanti tulus main, berani. Ya, kalau main deket-deket dia bagus tuh. Ya. dijauhin di
20
rally.
seconds.
Oke, ada kesempatan harus
20
boleh nyolong.
seconds.
Ya, yuk.
A lot of spray applied there to Tunjung's back
Second
in
game.
that interval there in the between the games.
Play.
Coach was telling her, can play it late. Be brave as well. And on this end, of course, with now the drift behind her.
Service over.
And some of those shots.
1 love. Young challenges called in.
We have got a challenge here. From An Young. Very much in.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 2 love. Play.
Brilliant defence.
Excellent work.
Gregoria.
I do think in the first game maybe we didn't quite see the
Love.
same version of Tunjung that we saw yesterday, where she was, you know, she was really exceptional. Maybe this game just settled, just feeling a bit better. Hopefully all that spray that we saw as well, there's not too big an issue with her back. Say any young players out there who are watching and want to try and perfect their reverse slice on the forehand side. We're not going to quite see it in this rally because it was earlier on. Tunjung, she does have such a nice reverse slice. The way that she hits the shuttle, it's almost perfect.
Service over. 4-1.
That's a great start here for Tunjung in the second game. Oh, it is good.
Definitely helped. I think she's hit 3 lines so far. She's had a great start to this second game.
Yeah. How about that for a touch?
Yeah, that's where An Young's so good. Puts her opponent in trouble and then just takes it early. Takes it early. She has all the options in the world. She could hold it and go back over. It takes that one early, puts Tunjung in so much trouble, just gets there early, puts it downwards. Landed in as well. Now, is this suggesting maybe that the drift has reduced just a little? Just a little. I think it definitely is. Brilliant.
Wow, she's really taking this on.
7-2.
Before this game started, I did think it was going to be a really exciting game. After watching them at the Olympics as well. Great pickup. Made it. Incredible. Spoke about obviously the reverse slice on the forehand, but also round the head so good as well.
Service over. 3-8.
in.
Service over.
So especially as I commented
3.
in the first how good An Se-young's judgment is. Second game, she hasn't quite had that same judgment. Yeah, I definitely think the drift is reduced. It's a lot more even out there.
Yeah, it's not as pronounced as it was earlier. Better from An Se-young.
With An Se-young here, like always, it's never about the power. It's about the millimetre precision. And again, reads it really well, though. Changes her feet to get in the right position very quickly and then very comfortable.
9.
If anyone's just tuning in now thinking, what is that is passing the shuttle? It is a robot. Brilliant. An Se-young, she's done so well here to just try and take back control of this match, as it looked like the second game was not slipping away from her, but it looked like Tunjung had control. 9-3 up, Tunjung was, and then all of a sudden,
7, 9.
right back in at 9-7, yeah. Can see there just the surprise. Tunjung was confident it was going over her.
Well, this has been excellent. An Se-young fought her way back into this.
One of the biggest differences yesterday we saw Tunjung playing, there was a lot less second guessing. Almost every decision she was making was right with where the shot was going and shot she was playing, whereas today it is a different story. Credit to her opponent. Another one.
Service over. 10.
I believe that's half of Tunjung's points in this second game come from her. I think it is on the line, but slight misjudgment from An Se-young at the rear of the court.
Service over. 10. All.
Wow.
Oh, what a superb shot.
Service over. 11-10 interval.
So interval of the second game, Tunjung has that slender 1-point lead, but it's An Se-young who's got the first.
Tenang, ya. Udah nggak apa-apa, kau sakit banget jangan dipaksa. Ya.
20
Jangan dipaksa.
seconds. 20 seconds.
Gantung, dia gue yang mutusin. Ya.
Coach, you can do that. Coach.
Grego yang mutusin ya.
Well,
Kalau sakit banget jangan dipaksa.
she is clearly in some pain here. And she was tearing there. It's just a wince as well there, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Wow, that was quite tough to see actually.
Yeah.
She was nearly tearing up, and the coach.
11,
I don't understand any Bahasa, but I'm fairly confident it was just consoling her in regards to trying to get her through this. I just really hope it's nothing serious and it maybe just a tweak.
We apply a bit of spray there, which does seem to cure.
The big thing is as well, when you do have it can even just be a muscle that's tight. We saw it in the mixed doubles with Fung. He didn't play the same in the first game. He tweaked something just very slightly, but it plays on your mind and it gives you that apprehension and it doesn't allow you to move in the way you normally would or play the shots as you normally would. It's just, it's almost like someone's got a string and, you know, they're pulling you back just slightly.
Gregoria, you want to challenge? Gregoria Mariska Tunjung challenges.
Yeah, she's just clarifying that she's challenging.
But we can see the way she's walking. She's not comfortable.
She's kind of holding herself.
Yeah.
Now, if you're An Se-young's kind of just had a look at her across. You've got to take advantage of this, haven't you?
I mean, yes, it's professional sport.
Unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
I was definitely the kind of player that would try and notice any concerns from an opponent. And if it is that Gregoria's just struggling maybe with her back to move, you would try and move them more.
Oh, as she's done that, as she's done that,
yeah,
she is really, it's actually even more pronounced now. And you just wonder if she's going to be able to even complete this.
Yeah,
I'm not sure she can.
Oh, no, this is horrible.
She's gone down.
Oh, no.
This is looking very bad for Tunjung.
I can only assume there's almost a muscle spasm. You know, she's in real distress here.
Yeah. And look, it's not easy even for the opponent to see a fellow player down.
No, and An Se-young, she's such a respectful player, and you know she's admired by pretty much everyone. And you can see for her, it's just it's a horrible thing to see. An incredible shot, but you can see the distress straight away. She's probably just made it even worse.
She made. I was just about to say that was worse on that shot when she came stepping up to the net.
And as a player, you never want to stop. You never do. But sometimes, unfortunately, you have to make the sensible choice. I mean, look at the distress she's in.
Yeah.
It's impossible for her to continue in this way.
Is this throwing the towel in now, Chris? Have to be. Just a word there from An Se-young.
Okay.
Who's come right across to show concern.
Stop, apa-apa ya. Ya. Ya, stop. Mau ini, kursi roda mau. Okay. Wheelchair, okay. We need wheelchair.
This is tough, very tough to see. And it does appear that a wheelchair has been asked for. She's in a lot of pain. Wheelchair is coming now. And I'm afraid that is it for Tunjung.
Yeah, and Tunjung, she's done incredible to, you know, keep going as long as she could, because she's obviously in ridiculous amount of pain and distress.
You just see An Se-young also just helping to pack her stuff up. I mean, it's just tremendous to see this kind of solidarity among players.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, An Se-young, really respectful player. Oh, it's so tough to see.
So An Se-young wins this because of a retirement from Gregoria Mariska Tunjung, 22-20 and at 12 all. We do wish Tunjung all the very best here. She is
match won by An Se-young.
A fair bit of distress.
It's horrible to see a player obviously wheelchaired off, and I just really, really hope it's is something that isn't as serious as it maybe looks now, to be wheeled off, and she's in so much distress. I feel so sorry for her. She was, you know, in this tournament, she was showing such a high level. We saw her play yesterday. She played so well.
Agreed.
And I was so looking forward to this match today because I think it was a really even game, and we've seen from the scores, you know, she's obviously in great distress, but she's ploughed on and she's done amazing. 22-20, she lost the first game, 12-all in the second game, but she was in just so much pain, it was impossible for her to continue.
It was shaping up, wasn't it, to be quite the match. And it's a standing ovation from the crowd, who really appreciated what they saw. Well, that was tough, very tough to see. And yeah, hopefully a speedy recovery to Gregoria Mariska Tunjung.
Yeah, I think the whole badminton world just wishes her the best, and fingers crossed it's one of these things that it feels worse, and let's say it's a really bad tweak or something like that, and it's not more serious, and we see her back on tour soon, because she's such a pleasure and a joy to watch. I have to give credit as well to Anse Young, such a professional. Showing some of the class there from Tunjung that we saw in the match.
We are here at the Odense Congress Center, the Jyske Bank Arena, the HSBC BWF Denmark Open. We are going to commence again shortly. There has been a little bit of a disruption here with the retirement of Gregoria